My name is Richard Trogish. I'm the principal of School Without Walls. This is the 12th year of being the principal. My vision has been one that's developed over time, that all students can learn, and students at this school, all students are college bound. Our goal is to have 100% graduation and 100% students going to the college of their choice. Yes, more than 55% of my students are proficient in reading and math. We tend to have 1,200 applications for 140 seats. So my students are all proficient before they get here. So our scores are very high in terms of the district. I don't believe that I'm personally responsible for the growth of my students. I think that a lot of that has to do with their motivation. When you are able to take the best students in the city, you have to expect that they're motivated to do well. My students come here to work and learn. This is a half step between college and our students do really, really well. My academic expectations are that most of my students maintain a B average or higher. If they drop below a C, they're asked to go back to their neighborhood school. So there's a motivation for them to do well, and they do. Student achievement is a combination of excellent teaching, great parent support, and highly motivated students who believe that they can learn. It's motivational, but at the same time, it's a team effort. Parents are partners in the school. We expect them to be involved in their children's education, and that helps considerably when there's issues that may or may not arise, but my students do really well because of the support. Our students are monitored on a daily basis. We expect teachers to put in at least 2 grades every 10 days. Parents have access, students have access. We also have a counselor for each grade level, and we have weekly counselor meetings where we discuss individual students who need some extra support, and we set that up as well. So we're constantly monitoring student progress, and we expect students to do the same. My behavioral expectations of my students are that they come here to work and learn. We don't expect or accept any deviation. We operate under the 4 R's: respect yourself, respect others, respect property, and respect the rights of others to learn. And we won't call your parents. Because when there's an issue, we tend to call the parents before we even deal with the disciplinary issues to find out if there's some extraneous reason for inappropriate behavior. We don't have behavioral issues here at this school. How do we enforce rules? We enforce rules by using behavioral contract. We have conversations with parents to find out if there's any reason for any kind of behavioral issue. And if there isn't, we have students write a behavioral contract, which indicates what rule they've broken, why they broke it, and what will be the consequence if they do it again. And that being the hardest part, coming up with the consequence, because my job is to keep students in school, so we don't suspend students very rarely. So students have to own their own behavior and know what the consequence is if they continue to repeat it. We don't reward good behavior, we expect good behavior. So there's a difference. All students come here with the off-campus privileges, which is one of the few schools in the district that has that. So my students are rewarded with their behavior. That's one of the consequences. If they do misbehave, they lose their off-campus privileges for lunch, where they're allowed to learn how to manage time. which we think really helps long-term in terms of college as well. So good behavior gets the off-campus privilege, which ends up giving them good time management skills. As the educational leader, I'm required to set the vision in terms of professional development. The district has a lot of opportunities, but personally, we're strong in an advanced placement school. So we offer 21 advanced placement tests or examinations. All of my teachers are trained in advanced placement. That's one of the requirements that we have when they come in. We get them the training over the summer, because we feel that they have to understand the rigor needed to be able to be successful, even if they don't teach in an AP class. So they all have that networking capability as well. And then we also send teachers out depending on the need. A lot of it comes through needs assessment, their own needs assessment, and we sent them out in at least teams of 2 to workshops or conferences in addition to district PD that's required. Teacher vacancies for School Without Walls, we have a lot of people who write me regularly looking for employment, but we also go through the traditional human resources department, which do a great job at vetting candidates. We then look at the resumes. I give them to the departments, 10 or 12 resumes, ask them to interview candidates, and then suggest 2 or 3 candidates to the personnel committee, which under the Washington Teacher Union contract, they interview, they're elected by their peers, they interview and make recommendations to the principal. Knock on wood, I've never had to contradict their recommendations, but if I chose to, I would have to write a letter to the president of the union as well as the chancellor explaining why I went against my personnel committee. So we rarely have any disputes because I need those people, the departments, to choose their candidates that they can work with, because we expect them to be a team and work together collaboratively and cooperatively. Teacher evaluation is done by my 2 assistant principals as well as myself. We also take input from department members. As I've said earlier, the hiring process includes the departments, so we expect departments to support new teachers and help them learn the culture, so to speak. It's very rare that we've had to ask teachers to leave because of the impact system and they're not being successful, because we spend a lot of time in the hiring process. Parent participation in children's education is expected. We say that in all our open houses, and they are part of the admissions process. Our admissions process, the final step, is an interview of the student by panels made up of students and 1 faculty member. And after we've interviewed the students, we also interview the parent to set clear expectations that we expect them to be involved in their children's education. We expect them to be involved in school. This is one of the few schools in my long tenure as an educational leader where we have to tell parents not to come to conferences if their students have A's or B's, because we just can't handle the volume. This school has one of the highest parental involvement in the district, I believe. I'm available to talk to parents on an as-need basis. We operate under open door policy, whereby parents are welcome to come into the school at any time, and we meet with them unless I'm in a meeting. I answer emails on a daily basis. I start at 7 and I don't go home until I've answered all my emails, especially from parents, to make sure that they're updated.